You want to learn how to install this? Stick around. What in tarnation? I thought this video was about how to install a door or something. Well, it is. Guess where I'm at again? Yes, I'm at Easy Street. This is the place to be. Have you ever been on Easy Street? Is there even an Easy Street around? Well, here there is. And today, I want to show you how to install this heavy-duty steel security door. I hate installing these, but we're going to do our best to get this installed. And there's a few tools you're going to need for this right here. A drill, one-way tool driver, and I hope they give us that in this package. 3/16 inch drill bit, pencil, and level. I don't know if I'm going to need a level. That's it. This bad boy is 85 pounds. So it's probably good to have a buddy install this with you. You know, I've done it kind of, well, I say I've done it by myself before, but a guy kind of held up one end for me. But the one good thing I like about this, you remember this door? Yeah. I just made a video on how to fix this door and how to adjust it all. Let's see if it still closes, by the way. Oh yeah. Now see, we've got a little ramp here. And that's going to make it kind of easy, I think. We can just set the security door bottom right there, but generally you have a step here, and then it makes it a little bit more difficult if you have to hold on to it and stuff. So I'll get my tools out, pull this apart, and get ready to go. Now, dabbity nabbit, what do you suppose is not in this container with the screws? This is an easy out one-way screw here. You see how it's kind of notched out, which means you can only screw it in. Take your screwdriver bit and go that way. But see, to loosen it up, there's nothing there. Because this is called a security screen door. That way no villains get in and unscrew these with a screwdriver. But usually there's a tool that comes in with this. And I just put one of these in Hawaii. I'm not in Hawaii, but I'm on the mainland. And there's a goodie that fits over that has a little slot in it, kind of like a ratchet type thing. Let's show you. See that thing right there? This right here, you attach that onto your drill, and then there's a slot in there, and then the round fits right over this, and it gives you a nice long screwdriver slot there. Well, it didn't come with it, and it did say tools required, one-way drill. One-way tool driver, tools required. So that's your first bit of advice. When you get ready to install a security screen, see if it comes with this tool, or they might sell it separately. Now, I don't have that tool here, but I'm gonna hopefully not let that keep me from doing my project. Now I got a long screwdriver here with the longer slot there, and once I might take the small one and hold my mouth just right to get it started, you know what I mean? And then take the bigger one and tighten that up. But first, before I do that, obviously I'm going to have to use a pilot hole. And it said use 3/16, a 3/16 bit. And here's my bit, and here's my thinking on that. When you think, oh, there's no way you're going to be able to get that in there. Well, this is the piece that I have to mount in there, and then there's other holes along the screen. And this is 1.25 inches long. So I know So 1.25 of this screw is going to go through there. Okay, and I got a little over 2.5 inches, maybe 2 3/4 left. So I look at my bit. My bit's 3.5, so I can hold that at 3 inches, tighten that up, and drill my pilot hole all the way through the wood, and to make it easy to get this in there. Okay, and on some door jams, maybe you've got a jam with trim around it. And I ran across this before. I had a piece of trim here, I went all the way over here, and then where I was going to drill in, right in here, there was nothing on the back side because the door jamb was over further, and I was in that gap where the shims were for the door jamb and all that. And all I had to do was go through 3/4 inch material, and that's all that held on the screw, and the rest of the screw went right into the air, right inside. But here, see this wide here, this width here? This is full wood on the door jamb. And it's the same thing over here. Here's the door jamb right here. It comes out, and they put the trim on there. And they just happened to do that because the door jamb was wide, and they thought, oh, let's go ahead and use it rather than rip that down. They could have ripped that down, and then the trim, they would rip that down flush with the siding. Then the trim would have started from there over. Okay, something like that. And then sometimes the jamb is only 3/4 inch thick. Well, because this is an exterior door, lots of times it's 1.5 inches. Okay, so once I pre-drill, I'm going to pre-drill all the way in there, 2.5 inches, because this screw's only going to go in 2.5 inches into there. Okay, that's why I think I can get it in by hand with the screwdriver. Wow, let's get this going. Now, another question you might think is, are these security screen doors handed, right hand swing, left hand swing? Well, most screens like this are either or. I just so happen to have this set up so it's going to go right. So you see, this side is where the hinges are over here, and the door's going to swing this way. I'm going to bolt this right here to the jamb. Now, if you look at yours and it's different, you think, oh man, how am I going to do that? Well, you just flip it upside down. You flip it upside down. There's no top or bottom to this. The hinges are kind of welded in there, the top and the bottom, so you can't just tap the hinge pin out. And see, the bottom here is the same as the top. So I could flip this around, and then this would be on the other side. Okay, for right or left hand swing. Okay, so see how this one's set up? We're going to bolt it to the left hand side, and we come over here, we look at this, and because the door is opening that way, we're going to put the hinge portion right on this point here, and the door's going to open up like that. Okay, easy peasy. Now we've got to take some measurements and see where this is going to fit. Now in our case, there's a little ramp here, so this seems to be a good thing because it's flat right here. So theory has it, we can set it right on this flat bit and then screw it in, so I don't have to like hold it up into midair. Now your threshold might come out, and then there might be a step there, let's say, that you drop down to. Then if you don't have a little ledge here, you may have to hold it up from the ground. You know, that's when it gets kind of tricky to do it by yourself. Okay, so I'm going to measure from the bottom there on up to the top. Let's see what we have. Looks like I'm right at 80 inches. And I also want to take a measurement right to left. I got 36, and I can check it at the top and at the bottom. And I'm pretty close to 36 inches. Okay, so that's the first little tidbit of information I want. Okay, so now I can come over to my screen and I can measure. I want to measure the full height of this, of the style. And I got 80.5, and it sticks down below. You can't really see it down here. It sticks down below the bottom of the door just a little bit. I'm going to measure on the door here. And see, on the door, I'm right at 80 inches. Okay? And the top sticks up above the door because we've got to have that trim. We've got to have, sorry about that. And we measure here. Hold your tape like that. 80 inches. That's a good way to do it. Just take your tape measure out like this, grab it about here, and then swivel it down. And now you can pull up like that. And just let it slide through your hands and hold it up like that, okay? 80 inches. You can see we know the top. This top is going to set on top of there. Take this out of the plastic. It's going to be up here like this. And that's going to give us our little bit of a gap. It's going to set on top of there. We're going to split the difference with that. And that's going to get bolted on after the fact. We're going to install this first. But see, we got a gap there. Okay. So I'm going to remember that stuff. Now I can measure the width here. This has a lip on here. And that lip is going to fit over the edge of our next piece right in here. Okay, so I could actually see on this side, you can't really see it. There, we'll just flip this around here like this, back side like that, and this door should be 36 inches, and it is. Okay. Now we can look at that, and we can go walk back over the door, the existing door, and see how this is going to set. Have a little bit of a game plan before you start drilling holes. Let's say I put this on its side. This is the bottom of the door right here, okay? So I'm going to get you down here. See how the bottom of the support that we're going to screw in sticks out a little lower than this door, about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so that's the part that we're going to set right down tight to the ground. Okay, or if you don't have a step, or if you do have a step or something, you hold it up there. You got to measure and make a determination where the bottom edge of your screen is going to be as opposed to the bottom of that. Okay, that's the type of information we need. I'm going to show you one more interesting thing. It's not going to come into play with this screen, but it might on yours. So check this out.